The man rushed to his daughter's graduation party, but due to traffic caused by heavy rain, he arrived to find the event had already ended. He quickly called his wife, but couldn't get through. By late at night, he still hadn't heard from her or his daughter. Anxiety overwhelmed him. Soon a few police officers arrived and took him to the crime scene. Inside, he found the bodies of his wife and daughter. The devastating grief crushed Jack. The next morning, he rushed to the police station to ask about the case. The sheriff, distracted by his phone, told him they had only found a few gold strands in his wife's nails, and without more evidence, it was hard to catch the killer. Jack felt this response like a sharp knife in his heart. He blamed himself, thinking that if he hadn't been late, this tragedy wouldn't have happened. The pain was unbearable. He started going to underground fight clubs, trying to numb his emotional pain with physical suffering. One day, a fighter attacked him, but just as Jack prepared to close his eyes and wait for it to end, Bailey appeared and knocked the fighter out. Bailey then told Jack that he was the detective in charge of the case. Since there had been no new leads, the case was about to be closed. Jack's anger erupted, but he felt a wave of helplessness again. He turned and walked out of the station. On his way home that evening, a streetwalker called out to him. Seeing the girl, who resembled his daughter, he was about to approach her to help, but a man pulled her away. Jack quickly intervened, but the man punched him down. After a brief fight, Jack lay on the ground. Looking at his leg wound, he grabbed a book and pressed it on the injury. That's when he noticed a line inside the book. Punishment is meant for criminals. That was the wake-up call Jack needed. He began training his body, even hiring a coach to learn combat. Despite repeatedly being knocked down, he didn't give up. One day, he finally defeated his coach, marking the start of his revenge. He drove to the place where his wife and daughter were killed, searching the area. Soon he heard a strange sound and found a high container. Inside, there were fresh meals, indicating that someone had been living there. The window faced the sewer where bodies were dumped. After thinking for a moment, he left. Back home, he grabbed his wife's scarf from a drawer and returned to the crime scene with his dog. The dog sniffed the scarf, then started searching the area. Soon it stopped at a sewer and barked. Jack pried open the manhole cover, finding his wife's wallet inside. He then turned back to the container and hid nearby. When night fell, he saw a figure and immediately chased them. The person noticed him, jumped onto an abandoned car, and fled. Following the trail, Jack found the person at a fast food restaurant. After a quick interrogation, the man confessed that he had seen a police officer dumping a body into the sewer. Desperate for money, he had stolen his wife's wallet. Jack didn't press him any further, and instead went to the police station. While the sheriff was interrogating the criminal, he quietly sneaked into the office to look for the police officer in charge of the crime scene. But he found a familiar face in the system. It was Bailey, the one who had saved him before. This shocked Jack immensely. While Bailey was at work, Jack quietly snuck into his house. After searching through the place, he indeed found the coat with the loose thread. It turned out the agent he had always trusted was the real demon. This story ends here. After discovering that Bailey was the real killer, what actions will Jack take next? Let's wait and see.